wonder how he's going to be here. 22nd. No. 21st. Yeah.
Rabbi or no rabbi?
Don't know. Have no idea.
Did you go to Village yesterday?
Yeah.
Minyan?
Oh, yeah.
I've been hurting the last couple of days. I can't walk
Yeah.
that far.
We had it, what did we have, 12, 13?
Too bad your sister, she wasn't at home.
No, she won't be there till February because she's been sick and the cold is not doing wonders for her. So she decided that she was not going anywhere until the end of January.
No, I forget. She said to me that I can.
Yeah, she hasn't gone to Mars, she hasn't gone to the center, she hasn't done anything. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, well, I've been doing it for a long time, so easy ones don't interest me. There's one in the Saturday Wall Street Journal.
Yes, our answer was,
Well,
I'm just making
what's
sure
nice about it is it's not
that
really,
100%.
it's not the New York Times.
Oh, Do 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 do.
How long did Josh allocate the reservation?
Huh?
We're convinced he stinks.
What?
We're convinced Oscar stinks.
Somebody asked me if they thought that.
If we all think that. First of all, we try to use this for a while. And then we see it first thing in the morning.
Yeah,
So that's what I was saying. I didn't know how long his reservation. I've got it straight. I don't care. He has no place to go. I mean, he's so.
Oh, look, Aaron's here.
Well, there's no basketball game tonight.
Look, Aaron's here.
There's a basketball game.
I'm not sure if there's gonna be a referendum or not.
Yeah, we're.
I mean,
We always play
It's
fun.
Alex's birthday.
but it was Alex's birthday, he was here earlier when he left, and when Rabbi Skolnick left, asked him if he was gonna be back later, and he was kinda,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
maybe he will be, maybe he won't, I was just informing you
Yeah,
of what I know.
we kind of like make the decision at 5. See, with Alex, it's 5:29
Right.
because he never gets here before that. He's usually here by now. So if he shows up, fine. If not, he'll wait. The question is, will he have a meeting? Janet won't be here, Dave will not be here.
Barry won't be.
Barry won't be here. But Aaron's here.
I'm looking at a basketball game tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. That was my first, that was my question yesterday. It's like, is there a game tonight? No, he didn't. I said, well, if Aaron's not here, they're probably off.
But they won overtime, exciting game. I saw both.
In town.
Well, I'm nothing in his eyes.
Yes.
We totally forgot about it.
Yes.
You on Friday?
Sorry?
You on Friday? In Michigan?
It's up in Michigan.
Oh, it is up in Michigan?
No, it's up in Michigan.
Oh,
It's
south?
3 days later, they played Michigan
Okay.
down here.
All right.
Or 5 days
You
later.
go to Arizona, you go to Florida.
Yeah,
Michigan's not that far.
Michigan's just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
You know, 4 hours you're there, 4 hours you're back.
That's gonna be, they're not gonna be full with that.
That's not a lot of energy to office.
There are never a lot of
There was
games.
some sarcastic comment somewhere, live or somewhere.
Yeah, I think the highest attendance game that I've seen is UCLA.
Well, that's interesting. And how many, was that packed? So,
What happened?
they just, because they're not moving people.
I think that's it. I don't think Ohio State treats its fans very well. Tickets are expensive.
I have a question.
They don't treat their students.
What weather forecast have you all heard for this week?
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be below.
I didn't read it in detail.
I just,
Like minus, oh, I don't know about the snow. I just know about the -6.
Oh, no, I didn't read about that. I read
Here?
Yeah.
Or we-
some court thought that.
Saturday night, Friday night, Saturday.
Yeah.
Friday
I
night?
read something about that. I didn't see it being.
Read about this
Right.
water pipe broke or
So I
something,
think
they
it's-
wanted the door. I read it.
Okay, I got 6 degrees on Sunday.
700 kids.
I got 2 degrees on Friday.
Not much.
What's the?
I should go to that restaurant.
I find.
Yeah, I consider it. That's all it is. I do too.
Make it work.
Which is really surprising because that's where all the new dorms were built, is on North Campus. They tore down a whole bunch and they built all those buildings. They left the towers. But all of the 2 and 3 story older ones were all torn down. Oh, at some point, yes. Yeah. Well, it's already 10, 15 years now. But yeah.
I lived in one of those halls. I lived in one of those halls where I didn't have a back at the top. It was just 2 rowdy and Knoxville. I lived in Knoxville House, which was one of those halls.
Yeah.
And that was good. The guys there were not there were still dense doors.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like when we were in Morrow, first 12 floors were one and then the next 4 neighbors. So, yeah.
I know I've had.
I remember. I was in the first year that.
I was there. He was having the fight.
The fire was in Lincoln.
Well, I'm pretty sure I thought Morrow had a fire too.
Maybe after I left.
Yeah, I thought Morrow had a fire too. Can I help you?
Is there someone with more important?
Why do you have your inside?
I do for my aunt. Someone's.
Let's check and
Oh,
make
good.
sure that, good. Let's see, is there, oh look, it's a Greg Margolis.
Is there anybody else? Is a rabbi then?
No. There's nobody else, I can tell you. There's nobody else that will be here. No. No, it's yours. There's a what? I know, that's why they call it Jewish wisdom. And today we're going to be very positive because tonight is about positive women. Tonight is positive views of women in the Talmud and the Mishnah. Well, actually, they're not rabbis at all. It's the Talmud it's the actual Talmud that speaks highly of women. Yeah. Okay, we got just 10. Where's Linda? Yes, just. Randy counts. Randy counts and Linda counts. Oh, and Mary counts. We got more than 10. I don't know where Mary went either. Well, fine. Then they'll miss the first part of our study. You know, it's like, okay. We don't begin on page 13. All right, so we have been discussing the view of women in ancient times as presented by some of our greatest prophets and sages. And today we are going to see the positive view of women as offered by the Talmud. So, until now, many of the statements cited reflect a disapproving evaluation of women's intelligence and or character, and exerted a negative effect on women's status in Jewish law. However, influential as they may have been, these quotes do not tell the whole story. The Jewish tradition contains other statements and laws reflecting a more positive understanding of women.
These original ones, did they all have mothers?
Yes. And remember, Rabbi Eliezer had 3 daughters, and he still put them down. Okay. Honor your father and your mother. 5th of the 10 commandments. You shall revere, alternatively, fear his mother and father. Leviticus. My son, heed the discipline of your father, and do not forsake the instruction, literally the Torah, of your mother. Proverbs. These 3 biblical verses all suggest the equality of the father and the mother in raising a child. Indeed, the verse from Proverbs focuses far more on the mother than the father as a teacher. Jewish law also teaches that the child's religious identity follows that of the mother, not the father, as we all know. Women are tender-hearted, Babylonian Talmud. The Holy One, blessed be He, endowed women with more insight than men, Babylonian Talmud. What? Wait, what? Never a truer word has been spoken, right? Okay. It once happened that a pious man married a pious woman, and they did not produce children. They said, "We are of no use to the Holy One, blessed be He," and they arose and divorced each other. The man went and married a wicked woman, and she made him wicked, while the woman went and married a wicked man, and she made him righteous. This proves that all depends on the women. Genesis. Women thus were assumed to exert a powerful moral influence, a view reflected in another midrash. The Holy One, blessed be He, said to Moses, "Go speak to the daughters of Israel and ask them whether they wish to receive the Torah." Why were the women asked first? Because the way of men is to follow the opinion of women. Comments, editorial statements. Henrietta Zold and the Kaddish. Among traditional Jews, it generally has been assumed that only sons need to recite the Kaddish prayer for deceased immediate family members. This practice had the unfortunate effect of diminishing the significance of girl children. In Eastern Europe, when a couple's first boy was born, he was referred to as the Kaddish. Prior to his birth, a couple felt there would be no one to memorialize them after they died. In 1916, the mother of Henrietta Zold, the founder of Hadassah, died. Her friend, Chaim Peretz, offered to recite the Kaddish on her mother's behalf. Zold wrote to thank him effusively for his offer. "It is impossible for me to find words with which to tell you how deeply I was touched. It is beautiful what you have offered to do. I shall never forget it." However, she went on to explain she could not accede to his offer. "I cannot ask you to say Kaddish after my mother. The Kaddish means to me that the survivor publicly and markedly manifests his wish and intention to assume the relation of the Jewish community which his parents had. And that so the chain of tradition remains unbroken from generation to generation. You can do that for the generations of your family. I must do that for the generations of my family." I believe that the elimination of women from such duties was never intended by our law and custom. Women were freed from positive duties when they could not perform them, but not when they could. It was never intended that, if they could perform them, their performance of them would not be considered as valuable and valid as when one of the male sex performed them. And of the Kaddish, I feel sure this is particularly true. My mother had 8 daughters and no son, and yet never did I hear a word of regret pass the lips of either my mother or my father that one of us was not a son. When my father died, my mother would not permit others to take her daughter's place in saying the Kaddish, and so I am sure I am acting in her spirit when I am moved to decline your offer. But beautiful your offer remains nevertheless, and I repeat, I know full well that it is much more in consonance with the generally accepted Jewish tradition that is my or my family's tradition. And there you have it. And next we will continue on another subject and another topic. Okay, so in place of Mincha, we will do the Torah study, and then we will do Kaddish to Rabbanan, which is found on page 13. We invite everybody to rise for it. Today concludes the 3rd of Shavat, and we honor the yurtzites of John Arthur, Barney Dorman, Ruth Rolnick Goldenberg, Bernard William Kaiser, Edwin Coleman, Flora Katz, Solomon Lederman, Ovidio Mascardino, Marilyn Minces Skilkin, Marilyn Beth Stone, Jerome Zinar, Florence Zeilzer, Edwin Coleman, Sam Gorin, Marilyn Minces Skilkin, she belongs to both synagogues, so it's on twice, Sarah London Weiner, and William Cohn. Are there any other yurtzites for the 3rd?
It's Jerome Zander.
Thank you. And Jerome Zander. Kaddish to Rabbanan is found on page 13. Yiskadal v'yiskadash shmei rabba v'yomad yivrach yirusei v'yamlich malkusei hayechon uv'yamechon uv'chayei d'chol beis Yisrael ba'agola uv'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mavorach v'yalam v'yomei amaya Yisbarak v'yishtabach v'yispa'ar v'yisraman v'yisnasei v'yisadar v'yisalab v'yisalal shmei d'kedusha b'richu min kol berchasa v'shirasa tushbachasa v'nechemasa da'amiram v'yalma v'yimru amen. Al Yisrael v'al Rabbanan v'al Tamidei Hon v'al kol Tamidei Hon v'al kol mon da'aski v'reita Di v'chasra chadain b'di v'chol chasar v'chasar Yehei lahon ochon shalom rabba china v'chista v'rachamin v'chayin arachin umzona v'chicha umfarkana min chadam avuhon di v'shemaya v'yimru amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chayim tovim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav Hu baracham ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. If able, please remain standing for Ma'ariv, which starts on page 137.
V'hurach u'michaper v'lo yashkid, v'yarbal chashiva pavlo ya'ir kol amato, Adonai Shemalach Yaneinu v'yom kareinu, Baruch hu Adonai hamvarach. Baruch Adonai varach li'olam v'ed. Baruch atah Adonai.
El Chai v'Kayam Tamim Lach Aleinu L'Olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hamari V'Aravim Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael. V'Avadcha Tasir Mimenu L'Olamim Baruch Atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'yavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha, v'chol nafshecha, v'chol meodecha, v'hayu hadavarim ha'eleh. Asher anochi mitzavcha hayom alavavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'aderech v'shakbecha u'kumecha u'kshartam liyod ayadecha v'ayulatotafo b'neinecha Uktavtam amazuzo beitacha visharecha. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Middle of page 139. If you're going to tackle the V'malchuta b'ratzon kiblu alehem Moshe v'nei Yisrael chanu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru hulam mi chamocha bo'elim Adonai mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh norati lo tosef eleh Malchut charo v'necha b'okei yom lifnei Moshe ze li'anu v'yamru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed V'nehemar kifad Adonai Jacob u'gyalam yelazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Top of page 140, together in English. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace, now and always. Praise Adonai, eternal guardian of your people Israel. Ushmar tzeiteinu v'enu l'chaim v'shalom yatav yad olam baruch atah Adonai Shemir Mo Yisrael Ad Baruch Adonai L'olam Amen. Ki amalchut shalcha hi omer timloch b'chavo, ki ein lana melech el ata, baruch ata Adonai, Hamelech b'chvodo tamim l'chalinu li'olam v'ed v'al kol ma'asav. Yikadav yikadash shmei rabba v'yamadi v'rach yutevim lik malchutei v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayechol beit Yisrael ba'agal v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yesh shmei rabba mevarach li'olam u'me'amaya Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yidramam v'yinaseh v'yidadar v'yidalav v'yidalal shmei d'kudisha brichu li'eh lamin kol berchata v'shirata tishbachata v'nechamata Damiran v'yalma v'imru amen. Yikadav yikadash shmei rabba b'yamadi rach yutevim lich malchutei b'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayechol beit Yisrael ba'agal v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yesh shmei rabba mevarach li'olam u'me'amaya Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yidamam v'yinaseh v'yidadar v'yidalav v'yidalal shmei d'kudisha brichu li'eh lamin kol berchata v'shirata tishbachata v'nechmata damiran b'yalma Vimru, amen. Tekabel brought son of Ton Uvaut Han Lechol Israel, Kadam Van Vishmaya, Vimru, amen. Yehi Shlam Rabba Mishmaya Vachayim Alenu V'Yal Kol Yisrael, Vimru, amen. Oseh Shalom Imramav Hu Yaseh Shalom, Alenu V'Yal Kol Yisrael, Vimru, amen. Alenu V'Shabbeach Shalom,
Shadak Rabba Shemayim Yal, Ushkinas Uzamehem Romim,
Eloheinu Einod, Emet Malkeinu Efes Ulato, Kakatu B'Torato, Yadata Yom Vaishuvatel Vavecha, Yadonai Elohim Bashamayim Imal, V'Haaretz B'Tachat Einod. Ki amalchut shalcha ki lamei timloch b'chavod kakatu b'doratecha Adonai yimloch li'olam va'ed v'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom ahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo
Those who are observing your sites or saying Kaddish, please remain standing. Tonight begins the 4th of Shavat. We are observing the yard sites of Dora Abrams, Myron Golad, Minnie Kaiser, Roselia Carzron, Sanford Koppelman, Howard Mabel, Ruth Margolis, Tessie Ness, Dr. Roslyn F. Pariser, Max Schaefer, Joseph Zaks, Milton Greenberg, and Irv Gerlikov. Are there any other yurt sites for the 4th of Shavat? Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 151.
Yigadal Yikadash Shemei Rabbah B'Alma Divrach Yirateh V'Yamlich Malkuteh B'Chayechon V'Yamechon V'Chayei D'Chol Beit Yisrael Ba'Gala V'Zman Kariv V'Yimru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavarach V'Olam V'Yamaya Yitbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yipar V'Yitramam V'Yinaseh V'Yitadar V'Yitaleh V'Yitalal Shmei D'Kudishah B'Richu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata Tush B'Chata V'Nechemata Damiram B'Yoma V'Yimru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chayim Aleinu V'Chol Yisrael V'Yimru Amen V'Seh Shalom V'Yimru Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Chol Yisrael V'Yimru Amen.
Services tomorrow, 7:30, 5:30. Good night, everybody.